make how much? Most people have never even heard of this career. No radio ads, no Super Bowl commercials, no guidance counselor ever said, have you ever thought about becoming an insurance adjuster? But every January, thousands of independent adjusters gather under one roof. Some veterans with years in the field, others brand new with fresh licenses and zero deployments. They come to share stories, shake hands, learn new skills, and discover opportunities that could change their year or their entire career. This is NACA, the National Association of Catastrophe Adjusters, and for many, it's where a six-figure career begins.
We had record attendance this year of adjusters, and this is the first time we've been in a convention center, so we have a bigger space than we've had before. Everything seems to be crowded. I hear a lot of people are putting in their resumes, getting job offers, things like that. Our CEs are loaded with technology this year, so I've heard that everybody's really enjoying that. So it's going pretty well here in Little Rock.
With 50 years of growth, education, and connection, NACA has evolved from a small gathering of storm chasers into the beating heart of the independent adjusting industry. And it's not just a conference, though. It's a clearinghouse for careers, a marketplace for opportunity. Every January, while the rest of the world is making resolutions that they probably won't follow through on, adjusters are here, investing in themselves, their networks, and their futures. This year marks the 50th anniversary of the convention itself, a milestone that proves this industry isn't going anywhere. And with 61 exhibitors on the floor, the vast majority being IA firms actively recruiting, this is where careers get launched.
It's really the only adjuster-centric conferences, so, you got to be here.
I wish I had known NACA 10, 15 years ago when I first started.
Right.
Because it's the only location you can go to for a convention and find this many adjusting firms on the exhibit floor, as well as get your CEs at the same time. You cannot go anywhere else and basically apply with 60 other companies. Those companies are only here at NACA because they need to recruit adjusters, and that's why they come. It's kind of one of those unique things that is well worth every bit of your time, effort, energy to come to NACA.
This is our 7th year in a row. We've committed to not missing it. And the reason is because we can come out and meet talented adjusters and put the right people to work.
I want to put a face to a number on a roster.
Something like Florida is like a tough nut to crack as far as getting into the industry. You can do good work, but unless you meet people who run the firms and people like, the recruiters, you can send emails all day, especially in a place like Florida, and say, here's samples of my work. Here are the hurricanes and stuff I've done. Like, I'm a Voss graduate. Here's what I've done. Most of the firms will just delete. Not really give you the time of day because you're just one of 10,000 other people asking the same question. Can I get a chance? Can I get some work?
Think about that for a second. Dozens of companies under one roof, all hiring. Where else in the industry can you walk the floor for 3 days and hand your resume to that many potential employers? Where else can you get continuing education credits while simultaneously building the relationships that will deploy you when the next storm hits? Listen, the reality is that your resume is one of thousands in an inbox, but here, you're a handshake, conversation, a person that they're going to remember when the hurricane just made landfall. In a business built on storms and spreadsheets, relationships still drive everything. In this industry, you could work for a company for years and never meet your manager in person, never sit in the same room as your team, and never shake hands with the person signing your checks. So when you get the chance, you show up and you make the connection. Now, as always, we like to have a little fun at the convention. We asked adjusters and exhibitors a simple question. If you could only be one, would you rather be the smartest person in any room that you walked into or the most attractive? It's more thought-provoking than you'd think, and the answers, well...
Listen, I know it's going to be hard for you to answer, as pithy as you are, as sharp as you are, but room full of people, you can be the smartest or the most attractive. Which would you rather be?
Smartest. All day long. Always the smartest.
Smartest.
Smartest. Intelligence is attractive.
Smartest. Most attractive, for sure, because I'm already the smartest.
There you go. If you and I were in the same room, which one would you be?
I would be the smartest.
Do I have to answer that? That's weird.
Definitely not most attractive. That's for sure. I think smartest. I'd rather be the smartest.
Most intelligent. Attractiveness, beauty fades. Knowledge is power. So, that's not even a question to me, I guess. Yeah.
I definitely don't want to be the most attractive person.
because then people don't see you for who you really are. I'd rather be the smartest person, but I just enjoy learning from other people.
What if I'm both?
You can't be.
Well, I am the most intelligent person in the room. Says nobody, ever.
It's a tough one.
I heard attractive people are more likely to get hired.
Ooh, I don't know.
And then again, if I'm the smartest person in the room, that means I can't learn anything. So it's kind of like, I don't know.
I'm gonna say the smartest. I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but it'd be nice to be the smartest one in the world, just to be able to connect with people on a different level.
Say the smartest if you're able to have good rationale, put things together, because you're out there investigating these claims. So you need to know how to think and be thought-provoking. And I think, it takes a lot of smartness to get that done,
Sure.
Yeah. So.
Room full of people. Which would you rather be, the most attractive or the smartest?
Definitely the smartest, because I can figure out how to be the most attractive.
All right, thank you very much.
Anytime.
You do know that if we were both in a room, you could only be one, but not the other.
No comment.
All right, see you.
I've been the most attractive person in the past. It's a burden. I'd rather be the smartest.
James, I think our booth is proof that you can be both.
Probably the smarter. And why? I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know that you like that question very much.
I don't really like that question. I was expecting you to say something about tacos.
If I could be the most intelligent person in the room, that would be pretty awesome, I think. And the reason is because I'm not, and because I don't know what that really feels like.
Well, I'm already the most attractive, so I'd rather be the smart. Nice. Might as well go for the smartest. I've been attractive for years.
Turns out adjusters value brains over beauty. Who knew? But it kind of makes sense. In an industry where your reputation and your skill set determine whether you work or you sit at home waiting for the phone to ring, intelligence wins every time.
This year, we're doing something again new. We are holding a concert with the Flat River Band at the hall here in Little Rock. So what's interesting with the Flat River Band is they live in Nashville, and two of the band members actually own an adjusting firm, Tractor Claim Service.
Okay.
So we decided, kind of keeping everything in the adjuster family, that we would invite the band to do a performance. So that's going to be tonight's evening performance. So it should be pretty good.
After the expo floor closes and the CE classes wrap up, the real bonding happens. Tonight, they'll listen to a band made up of their own. Adjusters who know what it's like to battle it out with roofers, write an estimate, and chase a storm season. NACA knows that networking isn't just business cards and elevator pitches. It's late night conversations. It's stories from the field, meeting unique insureds from across the country or even the globe, the intense wildfire deployments, and the hurricane that changed everything. Because when you're alone in a hotel room in a disaster zone hundreds of miles from home, working 16-hour days, the people that you meet here become your lifeline, your community, and your family.
We get to talk to companies like Adjuster TV that are more connected with everybody here.
From my perspective, it cuts to the chase from an adjuster's point of view, because you can Google, but oftentimes if you Google what you're looking for, it comes at it from different avenues. And the Adjuster TV is more specific to help an adjuster get specifically where they need to be, or find out more resources that they need for what it is they're looking for, and multiple resources at that. So I think it's kind of a one-stop shop from an adjuster's perspective to just be in line with what an adjuster needs.
And that's exactly why we're here, to document the stories, the strategies, and the real-world advice that you won't find in a textbook or a licensing course. Adjuster TV exists to bridge the gap between what adjusting looks like on paper and what it actually feels like in the field. We talk to the firms doing the hiring, the veterans who've been through every kind of storm, and the rookies figuring it out for the first time. Because if you're serious about this career, whether you're brand new or 20 years deep, you need to know what's happening, who's hiring, what's changing, where are the opportunities.
Next year, we will be at Choctaw Casino in Oklahoma. It's going to be exciting. We're going back to a casino type event, which is what we usually do in the Las Vegas and Reno area. And so we're trying to move around the country, find different spots to make travel and accessibility better for everyone involved. So we're excited to go to Oklahoma. We would like to see more of our, our Texas adjusting friends to come and visit with us at NACA.
The next chapter of NACA is already on the horizon, and it's bigger than ever. A new city, a new venue, More firms, more opportunities, more adjusters taking the leap into a career that most people still don't even know exists. Durant, Oklahoma, January 25th through 29th, 2026 at the Choctaw Casino. If you're serious about adjusting, that's a date you circle on your calendar. That's where you meet the people who can change your life. This is what opportunity looks like. 61 exhibitors, hundreds of adjusters, 3 days to make connections that could define your year. Some people came here to get continuing education credits, some came to see the latest tech, but most came for one reason: to get in front of the people who control when their phone rings. This is the NACA Expo floor, and this is where adjusting careers actually happen.
Well, it's a one-stop shop for the adjusters, so it's a win-win, right? So for us, this is one of the more adjuster-centric conferences. It's really the only adjuster-centric conferences, so you got to be here. We get to meet a lot of adjusters that surprisingly are not already on our roster getting claims from us. You know, we're always looking for adjusters in some of those weird states out west or maybe out east, and so we love to come here and meet folks that we don't already know.
There's no place else you can go and see this many adjusters at one place.
Walk the floor for 5 minutes and you'll understand why this matters. Every booth represents work. Every handshake is a potential deployment. Every conversation could be the one that changes everything.
Just to see our frontline people, just to connect with our adjusters, help grow our roster, and see the individuals who help these companies be successful.
For the firms, this is talent acquisition in real time. They're not just collecting resumes. They're reading body language, gauging communication skills, and making mental notes about who they want to call when the next cat hits.
So for me coming to NACA and being able to meet the people who've, been deleting my emails for the past 8 months, a couple of them are here.
Right.
Where I was like, oh, hey, it's you. I've sent you like 12 emails in the past year. Would you mind responding to one of them? And they're like, oh, things fall through the cracks. And I'm like, I know, and that's why I'm here.
And this is the kind of brutal reality for new adjusters. Your email is one of thousands or tens of thousands. Your resume gets buried. But here, you're standing right in front of them. You can show them your work, explain your background, and prove that you're worth remembering.
After working in the business for like 10 years, now it's more networking than it is learning from classes, but just to refresh faces with names and see what new technology, if there is any, that's here. And then, meet with people I have known and some new people that are in the business that are new firms that are emerging.
Why is this the go-to event for firms like yours?
So this is our 7th year in a row. We've committed to not missing it. And the reason is because we can come out and meet talented adjusters and put them to work.
Like Ben.
Like Ben.
I like Ben.
So what are these companies looking for? It's not just about licenses and certifications, although those matter quite a bit. It's about presentation, it's communication, confidence without arrogance, preparedness, right?
Just being able to network with all the firms and the people here. I mean, you never know who's going to change your life, right?
Right.
For people who are newer, it's the same process. I mean, you're really just handing out resumes, getting educated, and learning more about the industry. But more importantly, you're making an impact, or a legacy. Who knows?
We just had heard good reports about being here and the different opportunities they offer. I needed CE credits to go along with my updating for the coming year. We just thought it'd be a great opportunity to come check everything out, network, meet new people, find out current stuff on what's happening in the industry.
The smartest adjusters aren't just dropping off resumes, they're having real conversations. They're asking questions about what these firms need. They're finding out where the work is. They're building relationships that will last long after the convention is over.
We do have some drone classes, drone demonstrations. There's also a couple of classes debuting apps that different companies have developed in order to increase our workflow and effectiveness. I know that there's a good desk adjusting class, basically someone 101, if this is how you start. If you wanted to get into desk adjusting, there's also auto as well. So quite a big variety.
But while networking is the main event, the education happening here is cutting edge. This isn't theory from a textbook. It's industry leaders teaching adjusters what's working right now in the field and at the desk. The technology is changing. AI is entering the industry. Drone assessments are becoming more common. The adjusters who stay ahead of these changes, they're the ones learning about them here while everybody else waits to figure it out on deployment.
It's just great to connect with our customers and some new adjusters who are trying to get into the business. And it's a really good place to just keep a pulse on the industry.
Beyond the IA firms, there's an entire ecosystem here supporting the industry. Training companies, software vendors, equipment suppliers, insurance carriers, everyone who makes this business run is under this roof. And the conversations happening at these booths, they're not sales pitches. pitches, their problem-solving sessions. How do I write better estimates? What's the best tool for measuring roofs? How do I stay competitive and stay up to date on the latest tech? We've shown you the energy of NACA. We've taken you onto the expo floor. You've seen the opportunities. You understand why this matters. But before we close this out, there's one question that cuts through all the noise. One question that reveals what this career actually requires. If you could go back to your first day as an adjuster, knowing what you know now, what would you tell yourself?
Every company I've ever worked for, except for the first time, I've gotten a referral from a friend of mine. My 4 friends, we got into this together. I just lucked up and found the first firm we worked for, and I got them on. And every single firm I've ever worked has been from word of mouth.
The adjusters who work consistently aren't necessarily the ones with the most licenses or the fanciest equipment. They're the ones who've built relationships that outlasted any single deployment.
Getting in front of people's faces. I mean, I've been working almost 4 years now and haven't met one person. You know, I'm going up to booths and I'm expecting not to know anybody, and they're calling, "Hey, Steven," and they see my name tag. And if you think you're doing enough, you're probably not. I see it and hear it all the time. You know, I signed up for 4 firms, and I told them on my resume that I'm available anytime. And I tell them, listen, I tell my top firms where I am, and they forget. You got to email triple the amount of firms you think you need to do. You need to pound the pavement. If you want to work year round, you have to be the guy that, you know, oh, it's Steven. You'll see his emails every other week, you know, hustle.
Hustle is not optional in this business. It's the baseline, because when you're competing against hundreds or thousands of other adjusters for the same deployment, the one who stays visible is the one who gets the call, and that requires hustle.
You can't get your license, sit at home and go, all right, I'm waiting on that deployment phone call. It's never going to come. You have to put in the money, the time, the effort, the training, and everything else in order to even just get a crack at it.
And there it is, the hard truth that separates the professionals from the people who quit after their first season. You are not an employee. You're not entitled to work. You're running a business, and like any business, you have to invest, you have to market yourself, and you have to prove your value every single day.
Ride-alongs are going to be huge. That's in my mind. I did some ride-alongs with some people just to kind of give me an idea of what it is. Don't think that as soon as you get the license, you're going to be automatically certified with what you're doing. Training and practice. I don't want to be just that simple adjuster. And if you do want to succeed in this world, in adjusting anyway, you have to set yourself apart from everybody else, and you got to try to be the best at what you're doing. So just practice.
Skills matter. Preparation matters, because when you're standing on that first roof with a homeowner who's watching you and waiting for answers, that's not the time to be figuring it out. That's the time to prove that you belong here.
Go out and find as much training as you can, whether it's from a firm, whether it's from a course like you have, or just anyone that's out there that can be able to help you learn a little bit. You take tidbits from here and from there, and then you should be able to form your own impression on how you're able to do that. That's it. If you don't go out and bet on yourself, and if you don't go and invest in yourself, you're not going to get anywhere.
I got my license, I think, in October, and I got a call to go to Florida. I was like, man, I have no idea what I'm doing. Like, I could show up there, but it's going to be a bad experience, you know? I kind of heard some of that from you, and I was like, man, I should just gain a little more knowledge. And then I got into I almost watched everything on Adjuster TV, just the subscription. Decided to pull the trigger on FTD. I tore through it in 7 days. Gave me way more confidence to actually show up and pretend like I know what I'm doing.
And that's a pretty common pattern that we keep hearing. Adjusters feeling lost, overwhelmed, and uncertain until they found a resource that connected the dots, that showed them what the work actually looks like, that gave them a framework to build on. Listen, licensing courses prepare you to take a test, but they don't prepare you to run claims. They don't show you how to talk to a distraught homeowner. They don't teach you how to organize your workflow when you're handling 30 files at the same time. That's where real training comes in. That's where community matters. That's where the gap between licensed and deployment ready gets bridged.
Everybody's friendly. Where I'm from, we're not really known for being friendly. So it's definitely a good place for everybody to come.
We're here. It doesn't mean that when the conference is over, it's over.
Yeah.
We're here for you. We want to be here for you. Here's my card. Call me if you have a question, or if there's something we can do, or if they can't get an interview, we take them where they can go specifically. And we like to do the follow-up with them and make sure that they know that. I think the most important thing really is that we're here. We're here for them.
Yeah.
This is about them. It's, by adjusters for adjusters. That's really what we're about.
And that's what keeps people in this industry. It's not just the money, though the money is real. It's the community and the camaraderie, the fact that you can walk into a room full of strangers who all understand what it's like to live out of a hotel for months, to work through exhaustion, and to help people on the worst day of their lives. Every adjuster at NACA started where you are now, uncertain, nervous, wondering if they had what it takes or if they should even be there. And here's what they've learned. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to know everything. You just need to be willing to learn, willing to invest in yourself, willing to show up even when it's uncomfortable or even inconvenience. Start messy, because this is not a job. It's not a gig. It's a skilled trade that rewards persistence, preparation, and the courage to build something that's honestly entirely your own. The next chapter of NACA happens January 25th through 29th, 2026 in Durant, Oklahoma at the Choctaw Casino. New city, new faces, same opportunity. Will you be there? Will you be the one standing on that expo floor, resumes in hand, ready to prove that you belong? Because the path is clear, the opportunity is real, and the choice is yours. So we'll see you in Durant. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and have a great storm.